Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm here for Altenew and I'm going to be using this Sokotoa set to create a Christmas card. Now I know it's not a Christmas set, but I thought it'd make a fun, bold background if I stamped it out in black and white. And I'm using the largest triangle, it's the solid triangle, and the jet black crisp ink, which stamps out beautifully. I just love the way that this ink stamps. Have I mentioned that before? Because I probably have. I'm sorry. I do harp on about stuff sometimes. So I did decide to wing it today. I normally would use my viscous stamp press to make sure that I stamp nice and straight, but I don't know why, but I suppose I was just being a little bit lazy, so I just decided to stamp out the triangle. But it is fairly easy to do because these triangles are all, obviously going to be the same size as I stamp them out. It's easier just to build the pattern, and I just eyeballed it. And I think, it kind of worked out okay. I didn't go too crooked, but there is the potential for that for sure. But you could always just mark a few pencil marks on your cardstock or on your panel, and that way you know that it's going to be nice and straight. So I'm just going to finish stamping this out and I'll be right back. And while I've got you here, I just want to share a little trick that I use. So if it doesn't stamp out exactly perfectly and it's going to be visible, you can use a blender pen or even a Fantastics stick, I think they're called. Just use anything really, and just pick up a bit of the ink and take it over to your image, and that's a really good way to cover up. Now I've got the Festive Silhouettes stamp set and I have the Bauble image, and I'm going to be stamping this out 3 times. And I've got the Coralberry ink, and this is just onto a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm also using the Ruby Red ink, and I stamp it out twice using that one. And then I can just fussy cut these out, and I'm just going to leave a little small white border around the baubles. I think works really well because there is that white line in the stamped image, and it'll just help the images pop once I put it on that really bold background. My sentiment comes from the same set, and I stamped that with some jet black ink as well. Just while I'm stamping, I might as well do it all. And I've got the Ruby Red here, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but at the top on my scrap paper at the back, I've got 3 little marks drawn there, and that just tells me where I need to stamp my bauble strings. And I want the center one to be longer, so I'm going to hide that behind where the other baubles are going to be sitting, and just sort of eyeball and make that line longer. And now I can attach the panel to my card front, and the finished size of this card is 15 by 10.5 centimeters. And I didn't do a 1-layer card here because I find that with lots of stamping, sometimes my card stock can have a tendency to warp if there's a lot of ink on the card. So I just know that's not going to happen if I do a separate piece of cardstock and attach it to the front. So now I just pop up all my baubles, and I've got 2 different heights of foam tape. This is the 1mm one, and it just gives you that visual dimension as well. And I can layer up my baubles on the front of the card, and the second one is the scrapbook adhesives. They're the 2mm thick, so it's still not a really bulky card. It's a fairly flat card, so it should mail well. And then once I've got all my baubles attached, I can add my bling, and these are some clear or silver rhinestones, and I'm just popping them on the bauble strings just above where they are attached. And that's my finished card. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.